Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Tanks, here in a lovely premium garage because, as it happens, they are doing another Collector's Gem of the Week, and this is the Collector's Gem of the Week, the 105 Lehf18B2. And the backstory behind this thing is many B1s were obviously captured by the Wehrmacht throughout the French campaign, and some of them were converted into artillery pieces and designated, what is it? Designated 10.5 centimeter Lehf 18/3 Auf Geschützwagen B2F. And so basically they took the B1, cut off the turret, stuck the gun in there, gave them a bit of a sort of gun shield around, and yeah, set them on their way. So, what's this thing like? Well, Collector's Gem of the Week, obviously, just bought it, and I haven't actually played it yet, but I have. It came with. Well, what they were actually doing is they were selling off something like 5,750, I think, gold, plus 30 days of premium time, and they were giving away this tank in a garage slot for free. So basically, you buy some gold and you get the tank free. It's under the specials tab. However, I do realise that by the time this video actually goes out, it will be way past the time to actually get this thing. But yeah, so using some gold, got them all to 100% crew. I'm training Brothers in Arms because why not? And I stuck some camo on it. So haven't actually played this thing yet, as you can tell by the 0% crew training. But what I did is I went to the Churchill 3, I dismounted the enhanced gun laying drive that I had on that, and I stuck it on this because I had a quick look at the gun, thought, yeah, we need a gun rammer, and, well, you don't necessarily need a gun rammer, but a gun rammer is always a useful thing to have, especially on artillery, especially on this tank, for reasons that if you've ever had to go against one of these things will become clear. But you'll definitely want the enhanced gun laying drive, for this tank, and probably you'll also want a gun rammer, and this is the default loadout: 8 armor piercing shots and 34 high explosive shots. So, having a look here, survivability 260 HP, and well, I can't compare this to other tier 5 artilleries because, well, I don't have any. The only one that I had was where are we? America. There we go, the M41 Vehicle Details. Let's have a look. HP, signal range, engine power, traverse speed. There you go, 230 HP for the American M41. Let's have a quick look at the other things such as the SU-122. That has got 210 HP. So yeah, not much for that. Let's have a look at Germany. What has Deutschland got? Deutschland has got the Grill. What does the Grill have? The Grill has got 240 HP. Alrighty then. What about La France? Namely, the AMX 13AM. 220 HP. How about Britain? Britain's got the Bishop. What's the Bishop got? Bishop's got 350 HP. And, well, the British always have had the most amount of HP for many classes, and the Chinese, Japanese, and Czechoslovakian infantry don't have artillery pieces. So, other than the British, this is the highest HP artillery in the game, at tier 5, that is, not counting some obscure premium tank that I have no idea about. But at tier 5, this thing has got the second most HP, which is a fair amount. Plus, the armor isn't that bad, really. 60 at the front, 60 at the side, 55 at the rear. Now, the thing about the 60 at the front is that the 60 at the front is like the B1. If I guess up the B1 here, there you go. I have yet to actually catch the Panzer B2, but I have it on Blitz, so it's fine. But if we look at the front here, it says it's 60 at the front of the hull. Now, 60 at the front of the hull really means most of it, other than this bit, which is a 75mm howitzer, and this bit, which is the where the driver is. So, What they mean by 60 is, yeah, it's 60, however it's only 60 in this bit at the top and this plate here. The rest of it is more sort of weak spot area, and that's the same thing as the LeHF18B2. There you go. What it means is that this bit of the hull, yep, that's 60, as is this bit. However, this bit is a weak spot, and so is that bit. And, well, the side of it, yep, that's 60, but it's 60 and it's flat. If you were to angle it somehow, then, get that, then you may have a bounce there, but really, it says 60 at the front of the hull. Yeah, that's the front of the hull. This thing isn't 60, it's more sort of 10, 20. So, yeah, if they somehow manage to hit the front of your hull, then sure, they may bounce off of the 60 bits. However, they're probably going to aim at this spot because you'll obviously penetrate through there. That's the thing about artilleries. Doesn't matter what they have on the hull, it's the turret that's the weak spot. And it's not really a turret either, it's more sort of a box. But even so, if you do manage to angle your tank somehow, then sure, you'll get a lucky bounce off the side of your hull. So, yeah, survivability is only 20. Yeah, it's only a tank destroyer. It weighs 32.6 tons with a 34 load limit, so not that much to play around with. You'll be able to fit some modules on there, yeah. With a 307 horsepower engine, with the engine being this, the Renault 370, with a 20% chance of fire and impact. So that combined with the weighty load limit means that you only have a 9.42 ton horsepower, specific horsepower per ton ratio. And, well, that means you're going to struggle getting up hills, but then again, you're an artillery. When do you ever leave the cab circle? Or do you ever leave the back of the map? So, yeah, that's not really that much of an issue. 28 kilometers per hour top speed with a 10 reverse speed. Yeah, you're artillery. Top speed doesn't really interest you. Traverse speed, however, does. And, well, 23 degrees per second, that's horrible, really. If we look at the Tier 4 counterpart that it's based on, the B1. Going along here, B1 heavy tank. There we go. 30 degrees per second. And that's not particularly great, but it's good enough. Especially at Tier 4. And it has a better engine for less weight. So, yeah. What's the engine that this gets? The Renault BDR engine. Oh, it doesn't get the engine that the Lehf says it does. Oh well. So, yeah. It doesn't have a particularly great traverse speed, and that's going to be a problem due to the gun traverse, which I'll move on to when we get onto firepower. But having a look here, concealment 9.7. Concealment of stationary vehicle /2.3 and 5.88 concealment of moving vehicle with 1.23. So I don't know what those two are, but these are the ones that we're interested in. So looking at something like the SU-85, yeah, SU-85I, let's even look at the Churchill. The Churchill has actually got a better concealment when stationary compared to this thing. So you can see this is 9.7, and that's an artillery. This is a heavy tank, and it's got a 10. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's not great at concealment, really. It is a very big tank. The B1 is a very big tank with the top turret here with the artillery gun. Yeah, that's a particularly big tank. Having a look here, 390 meters view range, which is very good. 330... 354. I don't think I have an. Oh no, here you go. Open top turret. Archer 360. Yeah. So even Archer, the tank destroyer, with an open top turret, doesn't have as good view range as the 105 LeHF18. So yeah, that's pretty good. And the signal range 525 meters. It's a Tier 6 radio. Here you go. The spring. I don't even know what that says. Germany. What does that say? The Fußsprunggewehr F. I don't know. Probably some French radio that they renamed. I don't know. But yeah, so the radio range isn't particularly great, but compared to my tanks here, it is actually pretty bad. The Archer, that's got the upgraded radio. Yeah, that's got 614. So yeah, the radio range not that great. It's sort of not as bad. Well, it's sort of in line with the British radios, and it's also, yeah, it's also not as good as the Russian radios, which is, if your radio is worse than the British or the Russians, then you know you've got a bad radio, because yeah, the British and the Russians don't have the best radio range. So yeah, it's got very good view range, but the radio range is something to be desired. Now we move on to firepower. So, here's the gun that it gets. It gets a 105cm Lehf 18L28 gun. It's a 105 gun, yep, with a 6.45 rounds per minute rate of fire. 53 average pen with high explosive, 64 with AP, with 104 with heat, 410 average damage with HE, and 350 with heat and AP. So you get more penetration with AP, but you don't get splash damage with it, and that's the thing. It has a .74 dispersion, which is pretty bad, and a 5.1 aim time, which not that great. But then again, artillery generally is very inaccurate and also has a terrible aim time. So yeah, that's why I said go for enhanced gun lane drive and gun rammer. So yeah, and so with 100% crew without a gun rammer, reloads in 8.9 seconds. -4 gun depression with a 45 gun elevation. Yeah, all right. Gun traverse limits 14 either way. 4.14 aim time with enhanced gun lane drive and 100% crew. 0.7 accuracy with the 100% crew and the gun layer. And, well, yeah, there's the average DPM. So, let's have a quick look at these shots here. It's a 105 gun, which means that you do have a essentially 2 meter burst radius. So, yeah. The thing about AP is that it doesn't have the burst radius. As you can see, you have to hit directly on, or else it won't do anything. And you'll probably bounce if you hit them with AP. High explosive, obviously, is the artillery shell of choice. So, there's that. Then you've got your regular consumables, which I haven't put on because, well, you know, it's an artillery piece. If you get spotted, you're probably going to die. Then you get onto your equipment. So here's all the equipment that it can fit. Spoiler, yeah, you're an artillery. Yeah, don't bother with it. You do have particularly thick armor for an artillery piece, but then you've got this whole thing at the top of the tank which sort of gets rid of that armor. So, yeah, probably no to the light spoiler. Camo net, yep, definitely go for it. You're an artillery piece, go for it. In case your ammo rack keeps getting damaged, then sure, there's your wet ammo rack, but then your artillery, if your ammo rack gets damaged, you're probably dead along with it. Gun rammer, definitely, you're an artillery, get that reload time down. Binos, probably not a bad idea, you do have very good view range, really. So yeah, sure, you could probably go with binos. Coated optics for the same reason. Gun lane drive you'll definitely want. Suspension, you may want it for the low capacity. Not too sure whether you want it for the suspension durability, because if your track gets blown off, you're probably dead as well. So yeah, and then your toolbox. So toolbox is always a useful thing to have if you can't think of what else to put on your Lehf 18. But I only had one of these, which I took off the Churchill, and I don't have the credits to actually buy, the 300,000 credits that I need to get the artillery shell rammer. So, yeah. And you've got your crew. It's a crew of 4. Yeah, that's accelerate crew training. So you've got your commander, who is also your radio operator, and I'm training brothers in arms for each of them, because artillery, you have to completely redesign your skills that you're going to go with. So, for your artillery commander, I'd say signal boosting, not a bad idea, and then relay after you've got signal boosting. Situational awareness, also not a bad idea. You do have particularly good base view range, so sure thing, go with that. That's not a bad idea. Call for vengeance, if you want, but then again, you're probably going to be the last to die, so Call for Vengeance would be a wasted skill, I think, on your artillery. Sixth Sense, not a bad idea, so that you can relocate when you get spotted. Eagle Eye, also not a bad thing, especially on an artillery. So yeah, probably not a bad idea for Eli. Jack of all trades, if you want. Recon, again, not a bad idea. And Mentor, I don't see the point. And then you've got your common skills. If you want to go with something, go with Camo, aka Concealment, as they renamed it, or Brothers in Arms. I'm going Brothers in Arms for all my crew, so yeah. Then you've got your Gunner. Now, normally with the Gunner, I would say go with Deadeye. However, Deadeye doesn't work with heat. It doesn't work with anything other than AP, APCR, and heat. So unless you're going main heat with your 105, I would say don't go with it because it doesn't work on high explosive, which is what artillery normally uses. So yeah, probably don't go with Deadeye. Then you've got Snapshot. Improve accuracy during turret rotation. I guess that would be gun traverse, maybe. I don't know. But probably don't go with that because it doesn't have a turret. Armor, improve accuracy of damaged gun. Yeah, if your gun gets damaged, you're probably dead along with it. So probably don't go with that. Then you got designate target. Probably, maybe. Up to you, really. I can't really say anything about that. And then you've got your common skills, namely Camo and Brothers in Arms. So then you've got your driver, and I would say definitely go with clutch braking for your driver because, well, 23 degrees per second, not very good, and you're an artillery and you probably want that for your gun arc because your gun arc isn't particularly great, so yeah, go with clutch braking. However, you know, to complete the Brothers in Arms, I have to go with Brothers in Arms on my driver. So, but then after that, I'll definitely go with clutch braking. Then you've got preventive maintenance in case you keep getting set on fire. If you get set on fire, you're probably dead. You're an artillery piece. If you get spotted, you're generally dead. So, smooth ride? No. Why are you firing on the move? You're an artillery. You're horribly inaccurate at the best of times. So, no, don't go with that. Off-road driving, again, no. Where are you going to be going? You're an artillery. Controlled impact, no. If you get rammed, you're probably going to be dead from it, so no. Then you've got your common skills, once again, Camo and Brothers in Arms for the main ones. Then finally you've got your loader. Now, Adrenaline Rush, I would say, go for. However, you're an artillery. If you get to less than 10% of your hit points, which in this case is 26 HP, you're not going to, you're not going to really get anywhere. You'll die. You'll be dead before your adrenaline rush kicks in. So no, don't go with that. Intuition, in case you keep switching between HE, AP, and heat. Then up to you. If you do that, then sure, go with that. Then you've got safe stowage for ammo rack durability. Yeah, if your ammo rack keeps getting damaged, then you're probably being dead along with it. Then you've got your common skills, namely Camo and Brothers in Arms. And that is your crew of 4. So, overall, this seems like a rapid fire. Well, going up against it, being in, the TOG or something, I would say that this is a very rapid fire, particularly annoying artillery piece that has got a fair amount of health and also some trollish armor for an artillery. With, well, what's this loadout? 42 shots. It's a fairly annoying tank to go up against. And it's rapid fire, which is good for an artillery. And yeah, you will make the enemy team's day hell if you get some good shots in. So yeah, if you can pick this one up, then sure, go for it. It seems like a particularly fun tank to play. So yeah, I will thank you for watching, and goodbye.